Have you ever walked into a room and felt the weight of every gaze upon you? That moment when all eyes lock onto you, not out of curiosity, but because there's something about you, something they can't quite define. Have you ever wished you could command that kind of attention effortlessly? What if, without saying a single word, you could make your presence so powerful that even your enemies felt a chill run down their spine? In today's video, we're breaking down 5 powerful ways to make your enemies fear you without ever opening your mouth. But before we dive into these strategies, take a quick moment to like this video, share it with those who need to hear it, and subscribe to the channel. Your support allows us to bring you more content that sharpens your mind and strengthens your presence. Now let's begin. The power of presence. The way you carry yourself is the first message you send to the world. Long before you speak, your posture, movement, and expression communicate who you are. Confidence is silent, but insecurity is loud. If you want to instill fear in your enemies, you must master the art of controlled movement. Move with purpose, never fidget, and take up space. A powerful presence starts with self-awareness. The moment you step into a room, you must exude certainty. Weak people shrink into the background, but those with presence command attention. Even if you don't feel confident, your body language can create the illusion of dominance. A straight posture, deliberate movements, and a calm demeanor make you appear unshakable. Great leaders throughout history never needed to be loud to be powerful. A single glance, a well-timed pause, a composed stance, these small details send signals that words cannot match. The less you do, the more powerful you seem. But presence isn't just about body language, it's about energy. People sense energy shifts, and those who radiate quiet authority naturally become the center of gravity in any room. You don't need to prove yourself with excessive gestures or words. True power is understated. Consistency is key. If one day you exude confidence and the next you seem uncertain, people will pick up on the inconsistency. Real dominance comes from unwavering steadiness, the kind that makes people wonder what gives you such unshakable confidence. Here are the rules of commanding presence. Stand tall, shoulders back, chest up. Walk slowly and deliberately, never rush. Make eye contact just long enough to make a statement, then look away. Keep your facial expressions neutral. An unreadable face creates mystery. Master stillness, avoid unnecessary movements that signal nervousness. People fear what they cannot read. When you carry yourself with unwavering confidence, they will question what makes you so sure of yourself. And the unknown? That's terrifying. A dominant presence isn't about aggression. It's about exuding the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth and understands their power. That's the presence that demands attention without ever asking for it. The silence strategy. Silence is one of the most underestimated weapons in psychological warfare. When you refuse to react, you force your enemies into a state of discomfort, confusion, and even fear. Why? Because people fear the unknown. When you don't respond the way they expect, they start second-guessing themselves. And unpredictability? That's pure power. Silence allows you to control the battlefield of the mind. Most people talk to fill the space, unaware that the more they say, the more they reveal about their emotions, their fears, and their weaknesses. But when you remain silent, you become unreadable. When people don't know what you're thinking, they start projecting their own fears onto you. Think about some of the most feared individuals in history, not the ones who shouted the loudest, but the ones who sat quietly, watching, waiting, speaking only when necessary. The less you say, the more people overthink your intentions, and overthinking breeds fear. But silence isn't just about speaking less, it's about using strategic pauses to control conversations. A well-placed pause can create tension, force the other person to break first, and make your words hit harder when you do finally speak. Here's how to weaponize silence effectively. When provoked, stay silent. Let them wonder what's going on in your mind. In group settings, listen more than you speak. Silence creates an air of mystery. Pause before responding. It builds suspense and gives your words more impact. Keep your facial expressions neutral. Let them question what you're thinking. Use silence in negotiations. People will often reveal more when trying to fill the void. The less you say, the more power you hold. In a world addicted to noise, silence becomes a tool of dominance. But to truly master silence, you must also learn to control your emotions. Silence is not just about holding your tongue, it's about mental discipline. If someone can provoke a reaction from you, they control you. But if nothing can break your silence, you become untouchable. Your silence is your weapon. If you master these two elements, you'll notice a shift. People will watch you differently, your enemies will hesitate before challenging you, and you will no longer need to demand respect. It will be given to you automatically. In the next chapter, we'll uncover the art of psychological detachment, a technique that will make you immune to manipulation and emotional attacks. If you found this video valuable, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on power, strategy, and self-mastery. The art of control. The person who controls their emotions controls the room. This statement holds true in every aspect of life, whether in business negotiations, social interactions, or even moments of confrontation. Emotional control is not just a skill, it is the foundation of power. Those who react impulsively reveal their weaknesses. They allow external forces to dictate their mood, becoming puppets to provocation. But those who have mastered their emotions dictate the atmosphere around them. They exude an aura of strength that compels others to follow. Control over emotions is not about suppression, but mastery. It is the ability to experience emotions fully while ensuring they never override logic. It is understanding that emotions, when left unchecked, can be turned into weapons against you. Throughout history, the greatest warriors, the most successful business magnates, and the most influential leaders have all possessed unshakable control. Their ability to remain composed in moments of uncertainty made them formidable. In any social setting, people subconsciously test each other's emotional stability. They poke, prod, and provoke, searching for weak spots. The person who reacts emotionally loses. If someone insults you and you flinch, you expose an insecurity. If someone angers you and you lash out, you give them control over your emotional state. But if you remain calm, if you keep your expression unreadable and your voice steady, you become untouchable. People fear what they cannot control, and when you show that no one can manipulate your emotions, you become a force to be reckoned with. A person who can endure insults and provocations without flinching holds true power. The moment you allow someone to dictate your emotions, you become their puppet. Emotional control is about maintaining your own sovereignty. It is about refusing to let external chaos disrupt your inner world. Those who master this art become leaders by default. In moments of crisis, people instinctively look for the calmest person in the room, the one who remains rational while others crumble. Emotional control, therefore, is not just about personal power. It is the key to influence, respect, and authority. A man who can control his emotions is more dangerous than a man with a weapon. A weapon is predictable. It follows the laws of physics. But the mind of a person who is emotionally unshaken is unreadable, strategic, and infinitely more powerful. Anyone can throw a punch, but only a few can control the battlefield of the mind. To master the art of control, follow these principles. Never let your facial expressions betray your emotions. A blank face is unreadable, and unreadability is power. Even when angry, keep your voice low and steady. A controlled voice is unsettling to those expecting an emotional reaction. Make decisions based on logic, not fleeting emotions. Emotions are temporary. Logic is enduring. People respect those who remain calm in chaos. Your ability to maintain composure makes you an unshakable force in any situation. Mastering emotional control does not mean becoming emotionless. It means knowing when and how to express emotions in a way that serves you rather than weakens you. The world belongs to those who do not let it shake them. The power of scarcity. Scarcity is one of the most powerful psychological tools of influence. It is a principle woven into the fabric of human nature. The rarer something is, the more valuable it becomes. This applies to material possessions, opportunities, and, most importantly, people. The reason kings, leaders, and high-status individuals command respect is not solely because of their wealth or power, but because they are rare. Their time is limited, their presence is not freely given, and that exclusivity makes them desirable. When something is always available, it loses its appeal. The same principle applies to people. A person who is constantly accessible becomes ordinary in the eyes of others. People begin to take their presence for granted. But when someone is scarce, when they appear only occasionally and on their own terms, they become a mystery. And mystery breeds fascination. Throughout history, the most influential figures have understood this. They did not make themselves constantly available to the masses. They maintained an aura of exclusivity, emerging only when necessary. When they spoke, people listened. When they arrived, people noticed. Their scarcity made their presence valuable. They controlled the narrative surrounding them by ensuring they were never seen as common or predictable. Scarcity also breeds unpredictability, and unpredictability creates fear. When people cannot anticipate your next move, they become cautious around you. They hesitate before making assumptions. They second-guess themselves. This uncertainty grants you an advantage. It keeps you in their thoughts long after you have left the room. Power is not just about presence. It is also about absence. This principle applies to all relationships, whether personal or professional. Overexposure leads to diminished value. If you are always available, always answering calls immediately, always saying yes, always making time for others, people start to overlook your presence. They stop prioritizing you. But when you pull back, when you make others work for your time, they begin to appreciate you. They start wondering about you, thinking about you. This is the essence of power, to make people desire your presence rather than assume it. By making yourself scarce, you shift from being ordinary to being an event. When you do appear, people pay attention. Your words carry more weight, your actions are observed more closely, and your decisions are respected. Those who give their time away freely are rarely valued, but those who control their accessibility command respect. To wield the power of scarcity effectively, follow these principles. Withdraw strategically. Do not always be available. Make your absence felt as much as your presence. Be unpredictable. Do not allow others to know your schedule or habits completely. Keep them guessing. Limit what you share. Do not reveal too much about your life. The less people know, the more they speculate, and speculation makes you intriguing. Appear only when necessary. Show up with purpose, not out of obligation. When your presence is intentional, it carries weight. Scarcity is not about isolation. It is about control. It is about ensuring that when you are present, you are respected, valued, and remembered. The unknown creates both fear and fascination in the minds of others. Those who master the art of scarcity become unforgettable. The unshakable mindset. At the core of every great strategy, every powerful move, and every commanding presence lies one thing: an unshakable mindset. Without mental strength, even the most refined techniques will crumble under pressure. True power does not come from words, physical dominance, or even strategic superiority. It comes from the certainty within. If you believe in yourself with unwavering confidence, the world will reflect that belief back to you. People sense conviction just as they sense fear. If you doubt yourself, even in the slightest, others will pick up on it. You can try to hide it behind words or actions, but hesitation is like a scent that predators detect. In contrast, a person with an unshakable mindset radiates an invisible force, a quiet, immovable presence that commands respect without a single word being spoken. This is not arrogance, nor is it reckless bravado. It is something deeper, an internal certainty that you are capable, that you are in control, that nothing can shake you. When you cultivate this mindset, people respond to you differently. They hesitate before challenging you. They second-guess themselves in your presence. They may not understand why, but they will feel it. The raw, undeniable presence of someone who knows who they are and what they stand for. Fear is the greatest enemy of power, influence, and success. It is the invisible chain that binds most people to mediocrity. But fear is also a tool, one that you can learn to control. The person who fears nothing is unstoppable, and the person who understands how to manipulate fear in others holds true influence. However, before you can master the minds of others, you must first conquer your own. People do not follow those who waver. They do not respect those who doubt themselves. And they certainly do not fear those who are easily intimidated. If you want to be truly formidable, your mind must be impenetrable. It must be fortified against self-doubt, fear, and external pressures. This level of mental strength is not developed overnight. It requires discipline, conditioning, and relentless self-improvement. The greatest warriors, leaders, and strategists in history did not become powerful by chance. They trained their minds as rigorously as they trained their bodies. They studied, they observed, they adapted. They embraced discomfort, knowing that hardship was not an obstacle but a tool for growth. If you seek to be untouchable, you must adopt the same mindset. You must sharpen your intellect, master your emotions, and condition yourself to thrive under pressure. Action steps to develop an unshakable mindset. 1. Eliminate self-doubt. The moment you allow doubt to enter your mind, you create cracks in your foundation. Even when uncertain, move as if you are sure. Certainty is a choice, not a feeling. 2. Control your emotions. Never let anger, fear, or frustration dictate your actions. The more unpredictable you are, the more control you have over any situation. 3. Develop mental resilience. Life will test you. People will try to shake you. The more adversity you face, the stronger you become. View challenges as training, not as barriers. 4. Train your mind daily. Read books that challenge your thinking. Study psychology, strategy, and philosophy. Strengthen your intellect as much as your physical presence. 5. Master the art of silence. The less you react, the more powerful you appear. Learn to withhold your emotions and let others reveal themselves first. 6. Move with absolute confidence. Confidence is not about being the loudest in the room. It is about being the most assured. Walk with purpose, speak with conviction, act with certainty. Developing an unshakable mindset is not just about external dominance, it is about internal mastery. When you control your own mind, you automatically control how others perceive you. If you believe in yourself fully, the world will follow. If you show no fear, people will assume you have nothing to fear, and that alone is enough to make them afraid. Now that you understand the 5 silent strategies to make your enemies fear you, the next step is implementation. Knowledge alone is worthless without action. Many people consume information, but few apply it. The difference between those who are feared and those who are ignored lies in execution. Do you want to be someone who commands respect effortlessly? Then embody these principles daily. Confidence is your armor. Without it, you will be easily broken. Develop an internal certainty so strong that no insult, no criticism, and no opposition can shake you. The world does not respect those who beg for validation. It respects those who move forward without it. If you seek approval, you will never be truly powerful. Power comes from self-belief, from knowing that you are enough, regardless of external opinions. Silence is your weapon. Do not waste energy trying to prove yourself. The most powerful individuals speak less and observe more. They listen, they analyze, and they act when necessary, but never from a place of insecurity. Master your ability to stay silent in moments of tension, and you will have the upper hand in any situation. Control is your fortress. The person who controls their emotions, their reactions, and their environment controls everything. Weakness is exposed through outbursts, desperation, and erratic behavior. If you can remain composed under pressure, you become unreadable, and when people cannot predict you, they fear you. Mystery is your advantage. Never reveal your full thoughts, your full emotions, or your next move. The unknown is intimidating. When people do not know what to expect from you, they will always be on edge. Keep your plans to yourself and let your actions speak for you. A powerful mindset is your foundation. Every strategy, every action, every decision must stem from a mind that is fortified against doubt, distraction, and fear. Mental mastery is the ultimate power. If you cannot control your own mind, how can you expect to control anything else? The world belongs to those who take control of themselves first. The moment you master your inner world, the outer world follows. You do not need to announce your power. You do not need to prove it. When you embody these principles, people will feel it. They will sense it in the way you move, the way you carry yourself, and the way you respond to challenges. Now it's time to take action. Do not just listen, apply. Do not just absorb, transform. Each day, reinforce these strategies until they become second nature. Let your mindset become unshakable. Let your presence become undeniable. And if you found value in this, do not keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with those who need to hear it, and subscribe for more powerful insights. The journey to true dominance does not end here. It begins now. Stay strong. Stay unshakable.